Well, hello everybody, and welcome to this episode of G Bear's Off-Grid Ways, a homestead in the desert. And this is like the 26th, I guess, or something like that, of February 2021. And the weather just isn't cooperating. Windy again. Winds are around 20 miles per hour right now, and they came up this afternoon. Of course, this morning, the temp got up into the 70s, low 70s, and calm as can be, just beautiful. When I got back here, because I've been out running around looking for new baby chicks, because I want to increase my flock here, and my neighbor and I carpooled in my van and went all the way around to Barstow and everything, and picked up groceries, things like that, and we spent the whole day out on the road. But I did get my packages from the post office that I ordered, and I'll show you what those are in here in a minute as I saunter on down to the greenhouse. Why do they call it a greenhouse when it's clear? Maybe I should get some paint and paint it green. Oh well. So anyway, yeah, this is some of the stuff that's been going on here. I just noticed I had a little blood on my finger. I took the bandage off of my cut too soon. So I'll have to put a band-aid back on that. Anyway, yeah, the winds are blowing here again, just howling like crazy. One of the things I did yesterday afternoon was I just realized that this tree I got from Aurora is not going to flower. It's got no sign of buds on it that are flowering buds. It's all just leaves. So I started doing some grafting, and I did a few different grafts. Okay, up here, this is a modified cleft graft, and there's two branches exactly the same size. And that branch, the graft scion that I'm using, came from the Bosque pear tree over there. Okay, so same thing here. This is an older graft that I did, geez, it was back in January I put this one on. But I did wrap it with parafilm to help keep it from drying out because of all the high winds. Then I did a bud graft right here with another Bosque pear, but that's just a bud set up into the side of the bark and wrapped in parafilm. And then down here I did a bark graft, and this was all done yesterday. Now I'm sorry I didn't video it, but it was a spur of the moment thing. It just came up and I decided, well, I'm going to do it, because when this air layer is ready to take off, I'm just going to set that into a pot, that air layer, and get a new rootstock going, because this tree I don't think is ever going to produce fruit anymore. She said that it produced once and it never came back after that. So I don't think this is going to produce fruit. So I am going to just use the rootstock, which is a nice hefty rootstock, and I'm going to graft the different branches with different fruit. So I'm going to try getting some more pear on this, and also I'm going to try getting some apple onto this tree and use that rootstock, because that rootstock is taken well. The roots are really, really well deep into the ground, and I'll see what I can get out of that. All right. So other than that, everything in here is doing fine. Now look at the flowers on that peach tree over there. So all those buds popped and opened up into beautiful flowers. The other peach tree up there is just starting to open up the flowers too. And it's got a lot of them on there, so I'm going to be thinning that one out when it's ready. All right. So some of the things that I just ordered online, I figured, heck, if I'm going to look like a professional, I'm going to have to get professional tools. So I did. All right. So one of the things I got was this hard-cased grafting tool. This is a professional grafting tool that they use in nurseries. And what this does, it's got different blades here for different shapes. But what you do with this is you cut and pinch into a branch, and it puts a specific shape. Like right now I've got the omega shape on it. So it makes the shape of the omega symbol. And then you do that on the scion, and you do that on the host tree, on two similar sized branches. And then when you slide them together, you got a lot of coverage of the cambium layer all touching together. And you've also got the center of the tree branch that's joined together properly. And it holds really well. And then you wrap it up with parafilm. So I did buy, this parafilm actually came with that kit. That's this one right here. Okay. And this is the just the regular tie tape for tying up plants. And that's what I use to make the labels on the grafts that I put on the tree. So what I do is I bend it over like this, and then I make a 1/2 inch deep cut right in the center of it going this way. And then I have a slot in there. And then I measure it around the branch to see where it's going to fit. And then I put 2 little notches in the sides of the tape, one on this side and one on this side, without going all the way through. Then I can write my label on the bottom of it, and then I wrap it around and put that through the slot that's up here, and it locks into place and holds it in place. So, all right. So the other thing I bought was a grafting knife, a professional grafting knife. And these are really sharp and they're really nice. Now this is basically a hook blade, and that's the flat blade, the main grafting knife you use. And this side right here, right there where my thumb is, that's for helping lift the bark when you're doing a bark graft, or for doing air layering or anything like that. And then I bought these extra parafilms here, different parafilms. And I've got plenty to go. Then I got my plastilina. Okay, this is plasticine. Basically, it's a non-hardening modeling clay, earth-based. Okay, so this is what you use when you're doing grafts to cover the open cuts and that, and keep them airtight and watertight. All right, so this is really good. Now the grafting wax that I had already, this is a lot more expensive, but this is great if you use an artist's paintbrush, and you heat this up and melt it, get it into a molten state, and then you can brush it on to large surfaces, and it'll seal that whole large surface when it cools and rehardens. And it'll have that heavy wax coating on there, so it's waterproof, and it keeps it from getting disease, things like that. Okay, so that's some of the stuff that I ordered online. I got it all here, and then I got these were a bonus that came with the grafting knife. They're little tags to put on so you can post what you've done with the tree. And you can actually wrap those right onto the branch using some parafilm. All right, so that's about all I had for that stuff. And yesterday I wanted to post, but then late in the afternoon my neighbors came by. Of course, they called ahead and asked if it was okay to come by, and I said sure. So they came by and we sat down and watched a movie on TV last night. Drank some wine, and got a little bit of a buzz going until about 10 p.m. and then decided, well, it was too late to do anything. So they went home and I went to bed. And I had to get up this morning and go into town. So anyway, never got the baby chicks. And the reason I want to get more chicks here is to get more eggs. Because, I've been feeding those roosters over there. I got 2 roosters, and I've been feeding them on a regular basis every day, and none of them are laying any eggs. I'm not getting any rooster eggs. Go figure. I need rooster eggs. The hens are laying eggs, but the roosters aren't laying any eggs. So what am I feeding them for? All right, stop laughing. All right, so anyway, yeah, the rain situation here is terrible. As you can see, the skies are clear and blue, and so far this year it's been under an inch, so not very good rain year here. The Phantom Swing is doing its rockabye baby thing here, and oh my gosh, the winds are blowing really bad right now. So I'm going to cut this one off, head inside, grab myself a cold one, and get ready to cook myself dinner tonight. I think I'm going to do, I have a choice between Parmesan pork chops or peppered salmon steaks. And I think I'll save the salmon steaks for tomorrow, and I'm going to do the Parmesan pork chops tonight. So I'll do that with some peas and corn, and that should be delicious. Anyway, that's all I have for today, everybody. Thank you for joining me. This is G Bear signing off.